singing life, even if it's for a night. Please let me be a hero. Let me be a hero. Please let me be a hero.
Is definitely acting the bluff. You get in your mind and they mess it all up. I'm hitting everyone in the light in your mind. Give it some time and I'm frightened you're fine. Some things about life you subconsciously hide. Drink to get drunk and you smoke to get high. I'm not gonna lie, that used to be I. And I'm close to the find that point in life where I don't need a light in the dark so I can see. I can close my eyes and be free.
And welcome back to yet another review by Zombill. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting review here, my peeps. And the reason why I say that is because I got a couple things that I'm going to crunch together in one review because I got a couple of new sponsors. One being Vaporcraft, right there, Vaporcraft. And the other being Blaxsol, I think is how it's pronounced. That's their company logo, Blaxsol. Now Blaxsol, I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think they're based out of Malaysia. And they make organic cotton wick, like this here, okay? Now this is not available here in the US as of yet, but I'm hoping, okay, that very soon we will have this in our own stores, alright? So what I'm reviewing is the Igo-w4 that Vaporcraft sent me, and I'm going to do a build tutorial on it. Plus I'm going to use what looks like, because they sent me two different versions of this organic cotton. So one is called the Macro 2 and the other is Macro 3. So the thicker one looks like the Macro 3, and that's this one here. So I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to use it instead of using regular organic cotton like I normally would, because, you know, this is basically organic cotton, but it's set up in a style like you would silica or BioWick, but it's organic cotton. So no website this time. However, here shortly, probably directly after this review, we will be doing a juice review on some of Vaporcraft's fine e-juices. So, let's just go straight to the table. Before I start, I must point out I did receive these free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review, but my opinion of the product will remain true, honest, and accurate as always. Okay, so this is the packaging that the Igo-w4 comes in. It's like pretty standard packaging for Ude's Igo-w series before the Igo-w5. Because the Igo-w5, they changed the presentation packaging. So what do you get with the Igo-w4? Well, you get pretty much the same thing as you do with majority of the Igo-w series, which is you get some replacement O-rings, you get an insulator, you also get two pieces of about 1.5 millimeter silica wick, and a very cheap piece of 34 gauge Kanthal, which is really no good. So I suggest using your own canthal, and the O-rings are for whenever you gunk up your O-rings and you need to change them. So this is the Igo-w4. It has a reduced top chamber, and I've had the pre-drilled holes that were 0.5 millimeter air holes. I've had them drilled out to 2 millimeters. That's what I vape whenever I drip, 2 millimeter. And it has a non-adjustable 510 pin. Now, the Igo-w series, their top caps will fit pretty much any of the Igo-w series up until Igo-w5, because the Igo-w5, they changed the diameter to a 22 millimeter, whereas the Igo-w 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all 20 millimeter in diameter. Now, I always use my smoke omnitester when I do a build. Ooh, that's on it really tight. It's good. I like those O-rings. Now, as you can see here, this is a reduced top cap in comparison to the original Igo-w, which the original Igo-w this is the original Igo-w's top cap. This is the Igo-w4. Smaller, reduced chamber, more proficient looking. So, now for this build, we're going to be using some 26 gauge canthal. And basically I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to wrap 2 coils, 12 wraps on a 3 millimeter precision jeweler's tool. You can pick up a box of Duratool precision tools pretty cheap on Amazon or eBay. Now I've cut enough wire here to do 2 coils. Basically, I start off doing coil pretty much like this, and wrap it 12 times. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to look like that until after we've gotten it installed. And when I cut my leads, I generally cut one lead longer than the other. Now you'll need to unscrew all 3 of your posts. Keep it in mind not to unscrew them too far, because those screws, you can lose them, and they are hard little buggers to find. Now, basically I take and I put the coil back on the precision tool, and then I take and I slide both of those coils, or both of the leads, into the posts. And I pull the leads through with the needle nose pliers. to where it looks like that. Then I take and screw down the positive end of this, trapping the one wire with that positive post being screwed in. You just want to take and move that over. Then you take and move your negative terminal up. Move the lead up on that one so that you've got room to bring the other coil in. So pretty much the same thing on this side as well. So now what I need to do is I need to take and screw down the positive lead here. You don't ever want to screw this down too tightly though, because if you do, what'll happen is you'll snap your lead off, and then you'll have to start your coil all over again. With both coils on the deck, now I just need to take and tighten up that positive post, or I mean the negative post. To where it looks like this. Now all I need to do is get my coils straightened up and then fire them, and I'll be good. As I just take and I jiggle the wires off. To where it looks like that. Okay, so the resistance is 0.9, and this is before I'm firing it. So get my coils all straightened up, get it fired and compressed, and then we'll check the resistance again. Okay, so final resistance is 1 ohm, and that's what the finished product will look like once you have fired and compressed your coils. Very pretty. 2 mega micro coils. Now I'm going to install some Blaxsol Organic Cotton Wick. Okay, so I figured the best way to do this is to make a hook with some Kanthal. Sort of like that. Now I'm just going to pull it through the coil. Like so. Okay, so that's the Blaxsol Organic Cotton Wick installed into the Igo-w4. So this build is finished. Let's pan back out to regular view. Okay, so just so everyone can see what the final resistance is. 1.1 ohms. So I know earlier it was saying 1 ohm, but whenever you install a wick, you should always remeasure. So let's put this on a mod and see what it vapes like. Being it says 1.1 ohm, I missed my 1.2 ohm mark. The 722, which I already have a fresh battery in. I just didn't want to put such a tiny atomizer, 20 millimeter atomizer, on such a huge honking mod, but you know, alright. So we'll run 15.3 watts on this. Pretty good vapor production. I like the taste. See how it's holding up under there. One of those O-rings. Brand new O-rings. I really like the way it looks though, you know. Yeah, let me change that. Dang it. Better grip tip here. There we go. I really like how it looks though. It's a smart looking top cap for an Addy. You know what, just for S's and G's, why don't we jump this up to 22 watts and see what happens. Since this is a 22 watt mod. Alright. Wow. That's an incredible vape. Okay, so there you have it. The Igo-w4 that vaporcraft.com so generously sent to me. And Blaxsol, which I have right here, some information on how you can find more about them. Thank you to April for sending this on to me. And stay tuned, because I got some juice reviews coming next. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And as always, my peeps and peepettes, happy vaping. My hands is all sticky from juice.